For the first part of this discussion, we are going to focus on Spark RDD and using RDDs for analysis of datasets. So moving forward, we will start to download the dataset from this link. You need to extract it to your local directory in your PC, and after which we will be using Databricks to upload the file into the Databricks platform. So you log in. Once you sign in, you will get to see this, and over here you need to import and explore the data. So for that part, browse, go to the destination file directory where you have saved your data set, click it and click choose. So once that is done, you go to clusters and set up your cluster. Currently I've got one cluster running, but let me just walk you through the process of creating a cluster. So basically you create a name, and once you assign a name, you choose the runtime version, which is preferably the later version that you should be using, and after that you create a cluster. But since I already have one cluster online, it doesn't allow me to use multiple clusters as I'm using the community edition. So let's go back to Databricks and run the scripts. The notebook is running on this designated cluster that I've created, and for the first part we'll do the import process as shown here. So assign the file directory to a variable and run that. So it's successful. After that, you convert the text file that you've imported into an RDD format using Spark context, and yep, there you go. So for the first part of the assignment, we are supposed to answer a few questions. So we are supposed to print out the total number of lines in the file. So that is like this. Create a variable for RDD count and print out the statement. Yeah, so we've got about 19,760,000 lines in this file. You can see that the RDD has two numbers and a word, and it's separated by a semicolon. So the first thing we do is to remove the semicolon by using a map function to split the lines using the semicolon as a delimiter. And after that, we can, let me just run through this. We will split this words and have a look after that. So now that the semicolon is gone, we have got three different types of data here. So we'll move on to just take the field which contains the words, which is the second index field or the third column. So you run through that and using the map function again and print it out. Use the take function to print out the list of words, and we are seeing just words. So we need to do further analysis to look at what are the delimiters that are evident here. So these are some of the delimiters that I've identified. Hyphens also observed, but I've excluded them because they do form part of a complete word. For example, names of chemicals or countries. And I'm going to print out the number of words in this file. So this answers the second part of the question. So we've got about 54,058,000 words approximately in this file. The next part of the question is to collect the words from the file that starts with the vowels of the English alphabet, ignoring the case. So to do this, we convert all uppercase text to lowercase using the map method and using the string lower bracket function. Let's just take a look at the converted results. Yeah. So as you can see, all the text are in lowercase, and the next part is to filter out those words that begins with vowels. So to do this, we need to return a new data set by selecting those elements of the source where the word function is true. So we're going to use the starts with method because it forces the filter method to return a true or false output rather than using a string. The filter function would not be able to identify what is the other case when it's not a vowel, and it will return an error. So we'll run through this. So these are all the words that we can roughly take a note, and they begin with vowels. Print out the total number of unique words in the file after this is done. So that's part 4 of this question. So we've got about 462,000 words in this file after filtering. So for the next part of this question here, we need to list out the unique words for each letter and the number of occurrences of that word, and also print out the longest word for each character and compute its length. So to make it easier to work with this RDD, we will save this the text file for faster loading. I've already done the saving part, and we read this treated RDD words vowels.txt from Databricks. We run it, and we convert the filtered text into an RDD file again. We shall now count the frequency of vowel E in each letter in the file. So to do this, we use the filter method to look out for vowel E at the first index of each word, and to count this by value. So that would aggregate the score for those words that are beginning with the vowel A. We sort the count so we see the words with the highest occurrences first. So we use this library operator and use this module item getter, and from there we create a new variable sorted A, use the sorted function to sort the word count of A in the reverse order. So it's actually on a decreasing order of reference. You print out the first 8 words, and after that, to find the longest word for the vowel E and to compute its length, we need to do 2 things. First, we need to create a function to pull out the string of words containing the letter A as a starting letter using the max function, and return that. And after that, you put the collect method of RDDA into this function to print out the longest word starting with letter A. It will take a while. Fourth, we've got for I, O, and U. So that answers the questions for the part 1 of streaming analytics using Spark RDDs.